Unbound Gravel. Arguably the most important, the most recognizable, and the most prestigious gravel cycling event in the world is less than 1 week away. I'm signed up to ride the 200-mile course, and I figured I should show y'all what I'm gonna be running. For those of you who've been following along with my social media for a while now, you know that I attempted the 200-mile last year and I was not successful. I ran into an overuse injury with my knee and I had to stop at mile 136. This year, though, I'm feeling better than ever. I'm feeling strong and confident, and I've dialed in my rig, so I feel sure that the 200 miles is within my reach. But I figured I would show you the rig, what I'm running, why I'm running it, and give you some insight into how I plan to cover 200 miles. Let's start off with what hasn't changed. So I'm still running my Giant Revolt Advanced Pro Zero. This is the same bike that I rode last year, and while I have a new bike on the way from Giant, I got it a little too close to Unbound to feel comfortable riding 200 miles on race day. But all things considered, I feel like this is the better option anyway. My new bike is the Revolt X, and it is a one-by only frame. For me, one-by doesn't really make sense for the 200 miles of Unbound. So I'm sticking with the Revolt Advanced Pro Zero that I got last year. I'm running the same drivetrain, so GRX Di2 from Shimano 2x. So I have a little bit wider gear range, which is gonna help me both on the flats and on the climbs. If Unbound were shorter or more technical, then maybe a 1x would make more sense for me, but right now I feel like this is exactly what I wanna be running. Wheels are the same, CRX ones from Giant. They're great. I don't know what else to tell you. They're awesome. I'm still running Cushcore in them like I did last year, but the tires I have chosen are different. I am running the Terravel Cannonballs in 47, the nice pretty tan sidewall. I've heard nothing but good things about these tires, and I've been running them for about 3 or 4 months now, and honestly, they've been great. No issues, and I'm excited to see how they perform in the Flint Hills. Cockpit is pretty much the same as what I was running last year. The Whiskey Spano bars for handlebars with the Arundel bar tape. Still those same GRX Di2 levers, which are just so comfortable. I'm running the Profile Designs Aerobars, and I've got those Shimano Aerobar blips, so I can actually shift gears from the Aerobars, which is really handy. Again, I'm not a pro, so I can run Aerobars, and it's not a big deal at Unbound. I'm not particularly fast, and so I anticipate spending a fair amount of time riding alone. When you're riding alone out in the Flint Hills, you need to be able to do whatever you can to hide from the wind. So I have no shame in running Aerobars. Guaranteed I'm gonna end up riding alone at some point, and if this makes me go faster for the same amount of effort or allows me to maintain my speed with less effort, I'm gonna take full advantage of that. One of the big changes that I made is actually a pretty small change overall, but I did add about 10 mil to my stack height. I normally ride, and I'm usually very comfortable with a pretty large saddle to handlebar drop, but for this event, I wanted to have the Aerobars be a little bit closer and therefore a little bit more comfortable, and I wanted to take a little bit of pressure off my hands. As far as what I'm carrying, I've shifted some things around. I'm not using the jerry can tank from Elevate Designs for my tools. I'm actually using the tool pod from Steadyco, and this thing is great. Super easy to access, and it helps to keep it out of the way. I noticed the jerry can tend to rub my legs and just made things a little uncomfortable in that area. So now I am still running a frame bag and a water bladder for the majority of my nutrition and hydration. It keeps things off my neck and shoulders, which can get really aggravated if I'm wearing a pack for that amount of time. Of course, I've got my polar bottles with their muck caps on the top of them so that I don't have to worry about stuff getting into my bottles or into my mouth when I'm drinking and riding out there through all the cow patties and whatnot. And I'm always carrying a first aid kit. I did switch what I'm carrying my first aid kit in. I was using one of those keg style storage bottles, but I found this really awesome tool holder from Giant and Live that's waterproof and gives me a lot easier access to everything inside. I'm still using the Sella Italia Boost gravel saddle. I've tried a bunch of different saddles recently, hoping to find one that, dialed things in a little bit better, but I keep coming back to this one, and so I'm probably just gonna have to buy a few more. Of course, for my technology, I am still running my all-time favorite Garmin Edge 1040 Solar. Again, this is because of the battery life, the great display, the ease of use. The route was super easy to upload and it's already there waiting for me, so I'm ready to go on race day. And of course, it's connecting to my Garmin power meters, so I can keep track of how much effort I'm putting in as I ride. And of course, it's also connected to my Garmin tail light radar. So the Varia radar tail light, it's going to alert me when cars are coming up behind. This is really mostly important when I'm out riding by myself. And my headlight, which I didn't snap any video of because I haven't installed it just yet, is the giant Recon 1100. I have one for my handlebars and I have one for my helmet, so that as I ride into the night, which is very likely for me, it will be easy for me to see and be seen as long as it takes me to cross the finish line. Now, I may also add the Revelate Designs mag tank bag to my top tube for snacks, but I haven't tried that out recently, and I'm debating whether I just stuff food in a jersey pocket or if I want it up front. Well, there you have it, folks. There is my rig rundown for the Unbound Gravel 200 for 2023. If you're headed to Unbound, be sure you come and find me either at the screening of my film Making Our Space Thursday evening at 7:30 or in the giant tent on Friday, or at one of the numerous group rides I'm helping lead. And if you show up and tell me that you're a subscriber to this channel, I've got some fun giveaway stuff from Queer Gravel, from Jewel Bow, from Chamois Butter, and from Smart Wool. So I've got some fun things to hand out, and if nothing else, you can come grab a sticker. But first come, first serve for the good stuff, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, click like, drop a comment down below, tell me about your rig. I'd love to see photos, link me to videos, anything like that. I want to see what you're riding, even if it's not at Unbound, even if it's just for this season. I'd love to see it, and I will see y'all in the next one.